Hello and welcome to the second installment of post-production coverage of the 9th annual Plastic Addicts Illinois Amateur Championship sponsored by Dynamic Discs. My name is Payton Drake and this coverage is a volunteer production by members inside and outside the disc golf community. Once again, thanks to all the volunteers who helped run this event and keep it all going, and also to my camera guys, Phil Dittmeyer and Mike Carson. I'll be commentating again here for the back nine. And I'm going to show you the MA1 feature card once again. Peyton Stamen, Andrew Wallen, Joseph Garland, and Michael Clark. All shooting decent rounds on the front nine. Let's see how they finish up on the back. We are playing the Blacks Shorts at Northwood Park in Morton, Illinois. And if you haven't seen this course yet, I highly recommend checking out GK Pro's coverage of the FPO and take a look at their fly-through for the course. We may be playing shorter holes, but it's the same fairways that the world's top pros are chopping their way through. So on that note, let's hop over to hole 10. This is an open hole after having played through the daunting new front nine through the woods. It's finally opened up. This is one of the original gold holes. So pick a line and just try to get down to the basket. We've got Andrew Wallen electing for a typical forehand. Just a hyzer, flat line out to the left. It looks like Joseph's going to do something similar. And he's trying to do an anti-flex, I think, down the center gap. He just got over on that a little too much and kept it low, cut rolled into the grass. Michael looking up above? Wow, okay. Got a tomahawk throw. Okay, he made progress down there. I'd say he's not inside circle 2. He's going to have an easy approach. Same as Andrew and Joseph. I think Peyton's going to line up the straight shot. Well, yeah, hyzer flip up. Oh, hyzer flip up through the straight gap. It's hard to put it underneath that tree and get it to carry all the way to the basket, so give it a little air and you nick those branches in that first tree in the center of the fairway and you'll have a decent approach. But Joseph just pitching up here with the forehand. Appears to be right in front of those rocks. That should be a decent tap in for him. Michael, wow. Putting it chain high. That was pretty good run. Good putt. So this wind was coming as a headwind from off the tee. So Andrew and Joseph both have these weird headwind putts to an elevated basket. This is pretty scary. If you air it, you're going pretty long behind. I think that got into his head, and Andrew puts it a little bit lower, hits the cage. Oh, Michael on the backside of the basket, and with his righty putt, a little bit of wind will actually drop his disc, so I think that's what happened there. Peyton tried to make a correction here, and he does. Alright, so I think that's going to be pars for all the guys. You kind of want to score on this hole, but once again, in these high wind conditions... Oh, a bogey for Michael. These high wind conditions, you're just trying to survive at this course, especially as it starts blowing through the fairways. On this one, we got a right to left wind. Andrew lining up, an Annie shot, let the wind just shove that down into the ground. That's a beautiful shot, circle 1. You'll have a tailwind putt to put it in the basket. Yeah, so you just want to survive on this course when the wind's picked up as much as it has. 20 to 30 mile an hour winds gets kind of nuts. Okay, nice forehand from Joseph. Goes long, but he should have a relatively unobstructed look at the basket. Peyton, don't take yourself out of the tournament this early, man. We need you alive. That was a good catch. All right, another forehand here. Just a simple flick. Don't need a whole lot on it, and that's edge of circle. And that'll be an interesting headwind putt. The basket's a little bit lower than the ground right there, so it might be interesting to try to get it in the basket. Another Annie backhand from Mike. And I apologize, Joseph, Michael, if you prefer Joe or Mike and I'm calling you by the wrong names, my sincere apologies. Excellent putt, Joseph. Well done. That's a pretty scary one right there, given the wind. So, actually, I think this one might be even a little scarier. Headwind and to a basket lower than you. Get that nose angle right. Oh, once again, high in the chains, but that one goes in. And the old dance around on who's away and who's close. All right, looks like it's going to be Andrew here cleaning up. All great birdie looks. Very nice. This is what you want from the card. I think once the first couple people get good shots down the fairway, everyone else is pretty much aligned, and you like to see a good star frame on those holes you should be birdieing, so good job on hole 11. On to hole 12. This is the infamous hardest hole on the Black's long layout. So it was Gold's 12-2, and it's always posed as probably the most difficult hole on the professional tour. But we're playing from the shorts today, so we're in the perfect landing zone off of the longs at the shorts tee. These guys just doing placement shots just across that creek in the middle of the fairway to chip up the hill and move down the fairway. So these guys are throwing probably between 250, 300 just to get to the foot of that hill. Backhand and forehand. We've got Payton with the backhand here. Pushing a little straight. He's going to have to...
Too far, baby.
Yeah, too far, baby. Yeah.
I know.
Kind of dance around those trees to get up on top of the hill. But should be fine. Might give this one a little bit of error. Ooh, that one definitely is too straight. Yeah. That's a really rough spot to be in. And with this headwind on this hole, definitely makes it tough. Beautiful line. That's perfect right there. You just dice this hole up to 3 mid-range shots, and you've got yourself a nice birdie. Yeah, we got Michael here trying to chip out.
Yeah, you're out.
Did he hit something? Oh, okay. I think he's up at the crest of the hill. Not quite over, so I'll have some weird uphill footing. But it's open enough he could get some good progress down the fairway. Joseph. Well, hung that on Annie a little bit. That wind kind of pushed it over and into the rough on the left. We'll see what he has when he gets up there. All right. Payton right in the middle needs to take advantage of this. Pulls it a little bit. Oh. I don't know if that was a good tree or a bad tree. He's in a tough spot right there. Any spot, if it's not in the middle of the fairway here on top of the hill, is hard. You've got a 300-foot corridor to the basket. Yeah. Michael here, the backhand. Catch Kim. You gets lucky through those trees. Okay, very good. Yeah, he should be able to pitch that up for what I think will be his par. I am not good at keeping track of strokes, guys. I will lay that disclaimer out now. But Payton with a straddle. Forehand. Beautiful. Could give that a little bit more pop, but that's really good. Not getting caught in the trees and staying in the open is excellent. That is the third perfect shot that Andrew has thrown on this hole. He has a really short look at a birdie. Played it exactly how you want to. Joseph leaning out. Okay, he's short. He's kind of in the same ballpark as Payton. Approach from Michael. thinking that headwind would try to hold that ante line on the putter and kind of drop it into the basket, but it hyzers out. It should be a easy putt. Ooh, trusting that float. As Joseph isn't able to convert, though. Payton here. Get it high. Oh, a little nose down, but I think that was planned and not able to get it in. But there we go, Andrew. Well played. Alright, just some par cleanups, I think, from the rest of the guys. Yep. You know what? Taking a par on this hole, even though it's shorter,
We saw
still
win.
good. Alright, we're on to one of the new holes that's black. It's hole 13. Trying to play just beyond that pine tree we're crossing in front of right now. It looks like Andrew's done so. It's about 275 off the tee. Just past that pine tree to be in a perfect spot with a straight shot looking across the pond up on the green. There's a tiny little, can't even really call it a pond, it's so small, but with the recent rain it's gotten a lot bigger, and Joseph kind of puts that on the inside elbow. He might be able to scramble something through that early gap. Ooh, that wind kind of turned that, I think it's a
Yes, you see
buzz
that
over.
fairway?
I didn't see it.
Payton saying that there's another fairway on the right-hand side, and he beeline. Ooh, a little early? No, that flipped up nicely. That wind helped him out. Michael in the middle. That is perfect. Okay, and a little pitch out here. Cameraman not being ready. Sometimes we have those easy shots just lined up. We walk right up and pitch out. Leave no room for the camera guys to get in there. That is fine. We should be looking at a pitch over for his par. Andrew throwing a nice shot across. Gentle landing. I think that's edge of circle, but that is one nervy putt. You airball that or hit the basket the wrong way and you're going in the water. Payton hanging it out. Just got to push. No. Just short. Doesn't cross any land. He's on the back side of that pond. Got to get up and down, and that's not easy either. Soft touch from Michael. Tree. Oh my gosh, right on the edge.
You did the leaning one.
There we go. This is just Joseph's third. Trusting, and Annie forehand hits the hill. Yeah, just curls up right there in circle one. And still, I mean, that's what we'd consider a tap in, but it's still scary. You've got the water in your mind on the backside as Payton tries to chip over two. Nice touch. Hits the crest of the hill, skips down just a little bit. I think all these guys should be able to handle those putts. Andrew, though, he's got to make a decision. And he runs it. Oh, okay. Nicked the top and sat down on the crest. That'll be an easy tap in. Michael dancing on the edge, balancing himself as he takes his meter in from the OB water. Great bird. That's excellent. Way to play the hole. Payton for his bogey converts. Yeah, that's tough. I could say on my card when we were playing today, bogey is about half the people out here are doing bogey or worse. And I apologize for not having any stats pulled up on this, but we've got some course maintenance going on. Should we stroke him? Nah, it looks like he's trying to fish out of his disc. All right, on to 14. Now, without a doubt, this was playing as the hardest hole on the course.
Or is there any general rules like over property fence?
No.
Because sometimes they have like
Yeah,
full
let's
course
check
rules,
that.
but
Look,
Okay, they're talking rules right now. This hole
with black shorts. This is it.
is
What does it
butted
mean
up
outside?
right next to a property line. There is
yeah, he did
a
add.
They didn't have any
cornfield on the back side of this
Live
fairway.
supersedes everything else.
And they're saying that the PDGA live scoring says there's no OB, or does not specify OB, so therefore a disc coming to rest across the property line is acceptable. I don't think we'll run into that situation, but they just want to try to clear the air here first before they get into that. So Michael pitching a straight shot up to a landing zone. It looks like Andrew's got a driver, trying to skip something to the left a little bit and kind of cut the corner a tiny bit is beneficial, especially this is a strong headwind, probably 25 miles an hour consistently. Yeah, that skipped over on the left-hand side. We'll see where Andrew is with that. Just lining up a backhand too. This looks to be a little bit faster too, the driver. He hangs that out wide. Clipped a tree and falls definitely short of the fairway. He's just got to kind of pitch around the corner a little bit to keep moving down the fairway. Payton here with what appears to be a mid-range. An overstable mid-range at that. Wow, okay. Yeah, he pushed through the right line, got a little bit far down the fairway, and sorry, it was deep of the fairway, nicked a tree, and got on the left side, so. Yeah, so this open area beyond the brush on the left side of the screen, that's all cornfield. So this strong wind was just pushing straight through those trees, almost no obstruction. So these guys, it was like playing in an open field, but with the same tight lines of this wooded course. And Michael goes big, uses that wind. We have no idea where that went. I have no idea where that went, so we'll have to wait until we get down the fairway to find that out.
Good stall.
A stalling forehand from Joseph to get to the right side of the fairway, but he does progress a couple hundred feet. Andrew on the back side of the fairway, he did not hook up enough on his drive to keep it in the middle. Scrambling here. That's a good result. It's kind of an aggressive pitch out, if you will. Oh. Payton trying to throw a forehand that kind of cuts underneath the wind and just gets it a little low. Let's see what Joseph does here. And that wind just holds it over and shoves it right into the rough on the left. That is tough. Yeah, and I wanted to leave that in there, Joseph's long preparation, because that's what a lot of people were doing. In this wind, you're just trying to hope for a little lull just so that you can confidently get the disc out of your hand, and Payton throws a shot just straight down the fairway, forehand, super low, trying to keep everything as straight as possible, not let the wind take over on anything. Andrew similar here. He gets a little bit of ante so that, the wind can pick it up and it hits a tree. Ricochets right. Just barely getting out of the rough is a think that was Michael. Yeah, that was Michael. His disc got carried by the wind so much he pushed to the left side of the fairway. And Joseph pitches out right to the middle. Should have an upshot from there. But yeah, this was the most challenging, most interesting hole on the course. Playing the tough, super tight wooded lines, but you had ripping winds. The goal is just to not get eaten up on this hole. We'll see some bogeys, I think, and a double bogey, but we'll wait till we get to the green. Jump putt approach from Michael here. Oh no. That was all hyzer coming out of the hand. Wind pushes it left. Alright, that's a solid upshot from there. Yeah, so these guys put an ante on these upshots just so that the disc doesn't get a wind lift and carry. Just really let the wind hammer it down into the ground right next to the basket. Trying to get aggressive on this may cost you some strokes. Yeah, so all you can do now is just lay up where you can and take what the hole gives you. Payton with the longest true putt of the group. Getting razzed by a branch tickling him on the back of the neck. No, man. I think that's been his miss. It's just a little bit left and high. Couldn't stick on that. I think that was for his birdie putt, so he taps in a par, and then we get a couple bogeys. Alright, so we're back into the woods a little bit more. The wind is a little bit more down, but still present. This is a left-to-right wind, kind of cutting through the trees. Andrew pulls it right a little bit. This is one of my favorite holes from the original Golds. It's challenging. It can definitely ruin your day if you're not playing well. And let's say today I was not playing well, but still a respectful hole. You can get two decent drives and you'd have a look for a bird. Let's see if these guys finish up the tee shots. That's nice and high, pushing. Yeah, that's really good and safe, as Payton said. It is a little on the right side. You might have to do some kind of straddle to get up to the basket, but we'll see when we get up there. And a safe shot from Joseph, just not wanting anything to do with the OB on the left-hand side, so just hangs a forehand out to the right a little bit.
Okay. That's why I need.
If you have the power, really just two strong, or I guess one placement forehand and then a strong forehand up to the basket is a good play. And it looks like he's executing that. Could use a little bit more pop on that, but yeah, good result. Oh, hanging it high. That wind kind of took it over to the right, but that was I would say, a decent tree. Caught it and pushed it straighter instead. Wow. Carving the fairways, Andrew Wallen. That was an excellent forehand shot. Should definitely have a good chance at the bird. Assuming he didn't go out there, I did not check to see if that was the case. Oh, wow. A little tree direction to put Payton right next to the basket. That's an easy bird right there. Good upshot from Joseph. Let's see if Michael gives us a run. Looks like he does. Oh, but it nicks that tree. The last tree to beat to get to the basket. Nice putt, Andrew. Now, if you're not a regular attendee at a putting league, I strongly recommend it. We got some local leagues here that really like to focus on these really strange straddle putts inside the circle, as Michael here too has got to try to figure out. He's dancing around his lie to find what's the best line, what he can confidently put up chain high. So I do recommend checking out a local putting league if you do not already. Good putt. I mean, that putt for par can definitely get in your head if you're straining to get a good line. You can easily miss and then tap in a bogey, but excellent bird from Payton and a good par from Joseph too. I think all these guys playing this hole pretty well. We're moving on to hole 16. The infamous James Conrad ace hole. Oh, and a little bit high from Andrew. It ends up nicking a branch and stalls right behind that bridge. Kind of fortunate the bridge caught it and just kicked it back a little bit. He should have a good upshot to the basket from there.
Oh boy.
Oh no. That's really left. Oh! No way.
Sorry, boys. Throw Discraft.
Throw Discraft, he says. Yeah, Discraft will give you the right tree kicks. Wow. This is what his disc would have done if it didn't get that tree love, but you know what? Sometimes you just take what the course gives you, and if it's a good thing, then let it be. As Joseph kind of plants a forehand really low and right there at the creek bed next to the basket. It'll be a weird putt, but he should have something. Michael scrambling a forehand up shot.
Oh my.
Great up. Payton commenting that was a decent run. Andrew lining up a putt. Can he get it high enough? Not quite. I think that was a good approach. He could pass that off as an upshot instead of a run. I won't judge him. Alright. Yeah, another one of those weird ones, just super uphill. This wind is kind of a tail for him. He may not feel it down there at the creek bed. Yeah, it's just hard. He had to resort to just a forehand chip. Just puts it at the foot of the basket. All right, and as these guys clean up their pars and lucky bird, if you guys want to comment below on any other ideas that you have for what you want to see from these guys, these traveling, let's say top-level amateurs, any questions you want to ask them or things that we can include in our regular coverage, let me know. Put that in the comments below. And also do all the other YouTube things like subscribe, share if you can. Appreciate you guys coming out here, watching the coverage as we are at hole 17.
Oh, that was so
Payton
close.
puts a disc. Yeah.
Close. That's okay.
Just a little straight on the Annie backhand line. Nicks a tree, but he's in the middle of the fairway. Oh.
It's in bounds.
Yeah, it's inbounds.
Yeah, it's in balance.
Andrew kind of, I think, early released that one. That was left of the line he wanted, but it is inbounds. Ooh, here we go. Getting crafty. Plants an overstable mid-range, just shy of the basket on the other side of the creek. He should have a decent look for the bird there. Ooh, that crosswind left to right kind of hanging that disc on the ante line. It nicks a branch and falls into that creek, which is casual. I think that's a good change from prior years. This casual creek just makes you have a tougher putt instead of also stroking you for putting it in the water. Andrew powering through on what looks to be a putter of sorts. Nearly taking out Mike, the catch cam. That's a good position. He could have easily missed that bridge or the fence on the backside and gone OB long, which still is in effect. So that lattice fence on the backside of the basket does mark an OB line. Payton scrambling a little bit. Plants his disc right next to Michael's drive. Ooh, and a great bid from Joseph. As you saw, he pulled his casual relief straight back from his disc in the line with the basket. Great putt. Excellent scramble from Andrew. And a great bird from Michael. Quick transition to his putt, and he puts that in. Good par from Joseph, too. A good cleanup from Payton. Okay, once again, as we come on to hole 18, I want to thank you guys for stopping and watching the coverage. This is round 1. We have 3 rounds coming. Second round will be at our Kennel Lake course here. It's a private sportsman's club. And then round 3 will be back here at Northwoods Park with a special 27-hole layout. Super excited to put that coverage out to you, so stay tuned for that. Michael hanging his drive out to the right a little bit.
Yeah, you choose the last hole. Got it.
You definitely want your miss to be on the left-hand side for this hole. Once again, not too left. You want to make your way down the opening as much as possible so you can open up a straight shot down the gap and up the hill. That's kind of what you want to see. We'll see what he has from there, but he should have good footing and a relatively open shot down the fairway for a second. Ooh. Now this is a semi-aggressive play from Andrew. If you have the forehand power to push something left like he did on Annie and then have it kind of skip up to the hill where the grass is dead, as you see at the center of the screen, you can probably give yourself a super easy 250-foot shot to the basket for a bird. But that is a lot to ask for, as Joseph doesn't bear over on that enough. That is going to be really tough from there. Pitch out. I mean, I've done this dance so many times on this course. Really, it's just, you gotta swallow your pride and get to a place where you can actually execute a good shot. That's what Joseph had to do. Michael's gonna try to get aggressive. No. You cannot do that. Gonna go and check to see if anything changed as far as his line is concerned. Oh, that hurts. It kind of gets you right in the gut. Even from the short tees, this hole is playing really, really tough. Getting to what is considered a good spot in the landing zone, like Payton is right here, only means so much. This second shot is incredibly demanding, and if you watched any of the coverage from last year, you know that this shot is super hard to execute. This is once again kind of a left-to-right wind. You want to just barely crest that hill so that your disc is not too nose up as it pushes down the fairway for another 200 feet. This is a super challenging second shot. Much harder than the tee shot. Ugh. It's one of the trees on the left-hand side of the fairway. This is a decent position. Some of the little trees were cleared out here on the right-hand side of the bend. So theoretically you can push something through, and Andrew just plants that into one of the hackberry bushes. Trying to figure out his third shot here. Once again, just can't clear all of the wood. Oh, other people calling it to go in. Great upshot from Joseph. He's putting hands on hips for a hard bogey, but I mean, once again, bogey is not abnormal for this hole. You can get so many people so easily as Andrew chops a forehand through and gets up there to in tap-in range. Michael finessing an excellent upshot. I told you he was running it. Yeah. Well done, Michael. Oh.
Layup.
A layup. Just a super trusting floater right there from Payton. I mean, that strong left to right, maybe slight tail. As soon as the disc hyzers out, she's going to drop like a rock. So, made a good effort on it. Just not quite enough wrist pop to get it to the basket. Excellent putt. I know it's the end of the round and you finish on a bogey, but still, they've got a second round to play today. Like I said, they'll be heading over to Kennel Lake after they finish up this course. So good finish from Andrew, bogey as well. So once again, thank you guys so much for joining us here. This coverage is something new for the channel, but it's something that we're really wanting to promote and try to get. A lot of big events happen in the Peoria area, but I feel like we don't give our amateurs enough credit and justice and don't share that part of the game quite as much. So that's what we're hoping to do here, and finish with a bogey from Michael.
I've got Payton at even 68.
These guys checking their scores here.
70, Michael at 2 up 70, myself at 3 up 70. And our cards are insane. So,
Good. How's you?
play with you guys.
You too. You guys.
Travis, surprised we haven't played before.
What's that?
Surprised we haven't played before.
Alright, and as they check out here, I will also check out myself. Thank you once again for joining us here. This was the Northwood Blacks shorts, back 9. These are the final scores for our lead card. I'll go ahead and show you the top 10 players here. We've got a brand new lead card: Jonathan Borzik, Adam Osborne, Jimmy Carter, and Nick Robertson for our coverage at Kennel Lake at round 2. Thanks again for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.